Hey, what's up, guys? Welcome to Earwax. It's Colin, and welcome to my 300 subscriber giveaway video and mystery bundle unboxing. Thanks so much for all of you guys who have subscribed. Continue to watch my videos, like, comment, engage, all that stuff. I really, really appreciate it. So, what we're going to be doing today is we're going to be doing this mystery bundle unboxing, and then, of course, we're going to be doing a giveaway. But this giveaway is going to be a little bit different. Whether or not I get one in here that I already have, that doesn't necessarily affect what the giveaway is going to be. That will probably be added to it, but it's going to be a pretty big, pretty special giveaway. And I'll go over the rules for that and like specifically what it is at the end of the video. But just know it is very, very cool. I'm excited about it. I hope you guys are too, and I hope whoever wins it really, really enjoys it, because I think it's probably the coolest one I've done so far. But before we do that, let's figure out what's in here. So this is a mystery grab bag from Smart Punk Records. It was like 60 bucks. I think they said you can get upwards of like 12 records in there. This is a pretty hefty package. So I don't know if I'm going to get exactly that amount, but this, they said it's kind of a mix of whatever, as mystery bags usually are, mystery bundles usually are. So without further ado, let's go ahead and open this up and see what we got. So I'm pretty sure there's just a box in this bag. So let me go ahead and open up the bag. But I wanted to, wait and see what else could have possibly been in here. Because I did feel like there was something right on top, right here. But I didn't want to open it ahead of time and then have something spoiled. So we'll go ahead and check out what's in here. Probably should have gotten my knife out ahead of time, but go ahead. I think I know what this is, because in addition to getting the mystery box, I had the opportunity to add a free Warped Tour compilation from the 30th year anniversary, which I went to last year. So they said, order one of these, get one of these for free. So of course I decided to do it. I don't have a huge CD collection anymore. Again, I pretty much stopped buying CDs once I got into vinyl, but still a fun thing to add, and especially since I was there, it's definitely one that I wanted to add. But without further ado, let's actually get into the records and see what I was sent. So I haven't really ordered from Smart Punk before. I know, again, it's mostly like punk, pop punk, alternative, stuff like that. So we'll go ahead and just dive right in and see what we got. So first thing is right here, Gringo Star, Going Way Out Taller. Looks like a single. Yep, so Going Way Out Taller, little single, 7-inch there. So that one's pretty cool. I don't have a ton of singles. Gringo Star, I'm vaguely familiar with. Yep, a little single right there. But not super familiar with, so I'm definitely excited to check this one out, and just add to my singles collection. After that, after that, we've got this. Looks like a 10-inch teenagers, Young Gods. Cool. So not one I'm familiar with. Engineered by Dan Byers from Smart Punk Records. So cool. Excited for a little 10-inch for a band that I'm not familiar with. Definitely excited to check it out. Go ahead and open this up. Get a look at the vinyl itself. I'm assuming it's probably just like standard black record, 10-inch, but cool little brain sticker on the other side. So yeah, don't have a ton of 10 inches either. So excited to listen to this one. It definitely feels like we've got a good chunk here, so I'm excited to see what else is in here. Put that down. All right, next one is One Flew West, The Blur, Black, Smart Punk Records. Another one I'm not super familiar with. One Flew West, huh? The Blur, kind of right. Okay. So excited for this one as well. I was hoping that I would get a bunch of stuff that I'm not super familiar with, because when I was looking at the front of the Smart Punk web page, They had a lot of like stuff that was not necessarily on their label that they had, offerings for. And it was a lot of stuff of like, pop punk indie stuff from the 2000s that I was familiar with, that I wouldn't be mad if I got on record, on vinyl. But with these mystery bags, I'm always looking for something that I don't know, and I think this is a really cool way to discover music, especially if you are just a record collector in general. You're not necessarily trying to curate your collection; you're just trying to get a bunch of stuff on it. So, cool. Forever Came Calling, Retro Future. I am somewhat familiar with this one. Um, they're like pop rock, think a little bit, on the poppier neon side of like pop punk. But I haven't listened to it a ton. I think I've had them pop up on some like playlists and stuff every now and then. So nothing I'm super familiar with. Ooh, this one is a colored record. Cool. We got a nice yellow with like an etching. So this is probably just like an EP then. That's what I would assume. Forever Came Calling. Again, I'm vaguely familiar with them, but not someone I've listened to extensively. And that's a cool record. This one does come with an insert as well. Um, cool little lyric sheet, and then little neon sign. So you got a duck drinking some beer. So definitely fits with my vibe right there. Cool. And let's see what else we got. Stud Count. Hot Pink and White Marble, limited to 300. Cool. Another artist I am not familiar with. So this is awesome. Anytime I can do a mystery unboxing from like a record label where I'm not intimately familiar with the majority of the artists signed, I always have a good time with that. I always, just end up discovering stuff that I really, really like. Of course, there's always going to be maybe some stuff you're not absolutely in love with, but that's okay. If you decide not to keep it, I'm sure there's plenty of like ways to offload it on people that would appreciate it more. And the whole point with these is you're getting these for less than you would at retail, right? Really cool pink white marble vinyl there. So yeah, Stud Count, not super familiar. Excited to check that out. So again, a bunch of records, bunch of artists that I'm not really all that familiar with, and that is definitely kind of the point of this. This is Motives. Motives is sick. I like Motives a lot. So I think I've listened to this album, or maybe like any of their stuff all the way through. So I'm excited to give it a chance. Yeah, really really cool album cover though. Yeah, I think they're like a melodic hardcore band. At least from like what I've heard from them, which again is not a ton, but I have liked what I've heard. I think they came up on like Hot Water Music, like just algorithm suggestion at one point when I like stopped listening to an album and they started just, Spotify just started playing stuff off the algorithm. Cool, another yellow record, so that's really fun. Definitely excited to listen to some more. Again, what I've heard from them, I've really liked. It's only been a handful of things, but I'm very excited to dive deeper into them. After that is going to be Taking Meds. Dial M for Meds. All right, Red and Gray Smash, limited to 500. Again, not a group that I'm familiar with in Taking Meds. Like that it comes with a exterior sleeve already. Definitely excited to check this out. Looks like we've got a red and gray vinyl here. Sweet, and there's an insert on this one as well. Looks like it's a lyric sheet with some cool like photos of like studio photos scattered through in. So that's awesome. Again, what I have heard off this label, I've really enjoyed. So I'm really excited to dive a little bit deeper in, see some of these records that are probably not as popular, not as well known, don't have as big as a following for some of these groups. We got a chunk more here though, so that's cool. Another Teenagers album. All right, When We Were. So excited for this one. I mean, just the name alone, this got to be like a pop punk group. This is a cool. It's a gatefold, so we can go ahead and just take this off. Awesome, guys. I absolutely love mystery bundles. Clearly, if you've watched my channel for long enough, I absolutely love doing them, even though I don't do them as much anymore, just because of the logistics of doing giveaways and stuff like that. But I'm really excited to dive into all of these. I think, for $60, we're already six full size records in, plus the single and the 10-inch EP. Um, that's a great deal. We've got a great matte record sleeve here, really cool interior cover. You got lyrics over here. Then you've got the record itself. Looks like it is. Ooh, oh, this is gorgeous. It's like a clear blue, almost like a seafoam glass, sort of, not seafoam, like a sea glass kind of look. That's killer. I love that. Hungover Wilt. All right, this is the next one. Three's Company Girlfriend. So again, another one that I'm not super familiar with. I feel like that's going to be the case for most of these here. Yeah. Now, obviously, I've got some friends that they're very particular about their record collection. Again, they wanna curate it, so they're not as big into the mystery bundles as I am, which is fine. Like, everyone's different. There's no right or wrong way to collect records, unless you don't take care of them, and then that is the wrong way to collect records. But again, I absolutely love stuff like this. God, is that not just the most like mid 2000s, mid 2010s, late 2010s pop punk band you've ever seen? Plays orange amplifiers and energy ball strings. All right, so got a little bit of sponsor blurb on there. Black record, which again with the smart punk brain logo there. And yeah, I think I'm really gonna have fun diving into these all these records, because I've been really into the sort of like mid 2000s or mid 2010s like pop punk, like emo stuff recently. I've been getting really into the Wonder Years, and I feel like a lot of this stuff, it just has that same sort of feel to it. Mag's Destroyer. When I first saw this, I'm like, oh, it's a Destroyer album. I don't know, but no, I think Mags is the band, Destroyer is the album. Got an insert here. Love the minimalist sort of just like tornado artwork on the album cover. Then you've got another. They really liking the yellow records on this one, but this one's a little bit more of a translucent yellow. Cool. I'm super stoked to dive into all of these. Again, great way if you're ever interested in building your collection, discovering some stuff that you are not super familiar with. I think that there's hardly better ways to do it than getting some mystery boxes, and it doesn't have to be from a label or distributor that you're not familiar with. There's plenty of labels out there that'll occasionally do like mystery boxes, or like distributors that do mystery boxes, and they're ones that you can trust. You'll probably be getting something you like. But again, I really like kind of the randomness that you get from like just finding someone, and as long as it's within a genre that you enjoy, it's usually something that you're going to have a good time with. So this one, Sparrow Sleeps from Under the Cork Tree, or Stork Tree. Is this like this is clearly a nod to Fall Out Boy, right? Like From Under the Cork Tree, but I don't understand. At Fall Out Boy, out at Sparrow Sleeps, Sugar We're Going Down. Is this a cover album? I don't actually know, because it's all the track list from Under the Cork Tree, so I don't actually know what this is. I'm gonna do something uncharacteristic and look something up while I'm looking at it. So Sparrow Sleeps, genre children's music. Is this like a lullaby version? This is a lullaby version of From Under the Cork Tree. All right, that's hilarious. So this is lullaby renditions of Fall Out Boy songs. Okay, so that's kind of wild. I'm actually kind of excited to listen to this, and put it on for my daughter, see if she likes it too. Yeah, this is interesting. This is again not something I necessarily would have gotten for myself, but it's certainly a unique thing to add to my collection. There is a hype sticker on this, so I'm going to do my best to take that out so I can transfer it to a better exterior sleeve and then transfer the hype stickers. It's very thick too. So double LP. Looks like it's just a black vinyl. That's it took me like a second because I was so kind of thrown off by the name. And then I was like, wait a minute, this is the same like album cover. And then I looked at the back and looked at the track list. I'm like, these are just Fall Out Boy songs. So yeah, that is certainly an interesting addition to my collection. Looks like we got one more here, and this is Story of the Year, the Black Swan Test Press. No way, man. This is sick. Story of the Year, I've also like not quite as hard as I've gotten into the Wonder Years, but I've been getting into them a lot more recently. To get a test press, 4 out of 40 in a grab bag, it's really sick. That's awesome, man. This is really cool. It's numbered down here. Again, Story of the Year, someone I've been getting a little bit into, more into recently. And this is probably the coolest. I wonder if they very intentionally like put it at the bottom, because I mean that would make sense, right? Like if you're including something as cool as a test press and a grab bag, you kind of want it to be the last thing that someone opens. God, wow, this is really cool. Test pressing. Oh, and there's there's a sticker. There's a sticker in it too. Sweet. That's awesome. I'm gonna put that on my sticker thing. Wow, that's super cool. Precision record pressing, test pressing side A, test pressing side B. Super excited to list this. I don't actually own a test press, like any test press. So this is my first one, despite having almost 600 records in my collection. Usually just because it's like they're very expensive, they're very limited. Sometimes they're like given away in like lottery type situations, and I've never come across one that I felt like I wanted to shell out for. But that's super cool. So go support Smart Punk, guys. They knocked it out of the park with this mystery box. Highly recommend. Few things that I'm familiar with, some wacky things, and then a bunch for me to discover. So that's all awesome. Last thing. All right. So what I'm going to do for the winner of this video. So again, to enter, you just need to comment, like, subscribe. Specifically, that comment is what I'm going to pick the winner of. This will be open for a week after I post this video. So you can comment anytime within that week. And then what I'll do is I'll assign at the end of that week, I'll assign everyone in the comments a number. I will roll a die to generate who's the winner, and then that person send me your information, and I will send you your prize. And the prize for this giveaway for this video is I'm going to send you a survey very similar to kind of what happened with the Chain React or the Nail City Records mystery box that I got. I'm going to do a similar thing to that. So I'm going to send you a survey, have you fill it out, link your Discogs. Then I am going to curate a selection of records to send you based off your answers and your current Discogs collection. So the idea, again, sort of behind that is, I don't know exactly the number of records. I think it'll be anywhere from like 3 to 8, roughly. I think I'm gonna maybe pull some stuff out from my own collection, or and I should say, because I'm definitely gonna pull out a couple things from my collection, but I'm also going to go to a couple of my local record stores, see what I can find, see if there's any fun hidden gems that I can throw in there for you. And I think that'll be really fun. So enter down below if you want to have a chance of winning a personally curated vinyl mystery pack from me. Thank you so much for everyone who's being here. Here's to 300 more subscribers, and hopefully we can just keep the fun rolling. So until my next video, I will talk to y'all later. Peace.